Well guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I was at a car boot on the weekend and I picked this up. I believe it to be 1965 to 1970s Villiers engine. The bloke said it had been bought new and it's never been run. I think maybe he tried it once. Apparently his father bought it to go on a rotavator. But yeah, there it is. I got it for free. Still seems to have the plastic oil air filter on the bottom there. Much else I don't know. Had a little look in the old fuel tank. It's very rusty in there, so that'll definitely have to be cleaned. But let's see if we can get it started. And well, I'm thinking maybe strip it down and rebuild it. I don't know too much about it. Maybe someone can help me. It says 12, what is it down here? 1221S looks like. So I assume it's a Mark 12. Well, let's delve into it. Let's have a look. Let's see if we've got any spark first. I think that's probably the best place to start. Okay, spark plug looks fairly good. Again, I'm not sure if it's the right plug, but it's a Champion L10. If anyone knows if that's the right plug for that engine. Oh, there you go. It's a Champion L10. Right, let's have a look. Let's see if we got. Let's check the oil actually. Let's have a look and see what the oil is like. Clean, very clean. So it has oil in it. Before we start spinning it around with no oil in, right, let's have a look. Okay, let's see if we have some spark here. No, 0 amounts of spark. Okay, I think I'll take the front pull start off. Again, I've not seen one of these with a pull start on. I've had a look on the internet and they all seem to just have a type of string start, you know, where you wrap the string around and off you go. This one has a pull start on, and in fact, interestingly enough, the ones with the string start I've seen, they have the holes here for the pull start. So let's have a look. Let's stick it on. What can we do? Okay, let's see if we can spin it over a little bit faster and see if we get anything out of it. No, nothing. No spark. Okay, so let's start taking it apart. Let's get a tray so we can put all our bits in, and let's start stripping it. What I would say, what we should do is just spray all these screws and bolts, as they look like they've been on here for a long time. So there we go. Okay. What size do we think that is? 13? I'll be lucky. Yeah. Oh, wrong size ratchet. Let's find one that fits, shall we? 13. There we go. Oh. No, I think that's very tightly on there. I'm actually wondering if that's not even 13. I'm wondering if that's Imperial. Could be, could well be. Let's have a look. I have some Imperial, let's have a look. Yeah, I think that's Imperial. Or maybe not. Interesting. Okay. it's not 14 and it's not 13. It's oh, it's not, yeah, it's not 14 and it's not, doesn't seem to be 13. Alright, well, what I suggest, I think they're just a bit rusty, so let's just tap the socket on there. Let's see what we get. There we go. Just if I can crack them open like that, then I have, oh fucking hell, he says I have a fighting chance. Yep, they're all pretty rusted on. Pretty good. No. You know what? I'm going to go for a 14mm. Might be wrong, but that's just going to carry on slipping off. So let me try this way. Oh, there you go. Might well be Imperial, maybe someone can let me know, but my Imperial doesn't seem to fit either, so I'm not quite sure, but there you go, the 14 doesn't fit. So let's take these off. I don't want to do these with a gun, just because I'm worried that I might snap them, and I'm not sure how hard or how easy screws like this are able to buy. If I break the little things, the little darlings, I'm going to end up missing screws. Again, if anyone, while we're on the subject, look at the exhaust. I have not seen one with an exhaust like that before. All the ones online seem to have these round exhausts on the side. So if anyone knows or can shed any light on the year or what it might be, that would be quite helpful. Right, let's take that off. And we have two on the side. Now that's the fuel tank. What I think I will do is just remove this from the carburetor here. There we go. Oh, it seems to be a little bit loose anyway. I think this fuel pipe will need to be replaced as it's rock hard. Yeah, there we go. This can come off too, like this. Oh, it's pretty corroded. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty corroded. Oh. Washers, washers, washers everywhere. Let's put that back. Oh, I don't know where that's come from. Does it come from there? Don't know. I'll put it in the tray. Let's just put this in because I don't want to lose it. Lovely, fantastic. So let's remove the last two bolts holding the fuel tank on. I can do this with the gun. It's loose. Oh, and something's fallen off inside. That's holding something on inside the cowling. I have no idea what, but something. I shall find out when I dig a little bit deeper. So we have one there. I don't know what size this is. Might be a 10mm. Although again, I'm not sure whether everything on this engine is imperial or metric. Let's try 12. Yeah, I think it might be imperial on here. I have a feeling. I don't know. I can always measure them, I suppose. There we go. So the old rusty fuel tank is coming away. And here's the bolt. And let's remove this. There we are. One fuel tank, which I think, oh, there we are. I think we'll have to clean it. In fact, I'll show you guys what the tank looks like inside. And again, if anyone's got ideas for cleaning these sorts of tanks and stuff, I don't know. Let me get a torch. Hang on, let's see if I can shed some light on the situation. Don't know if you, yeah, can you see? It's all corroded inside. It's not terrible. It's not terrible at all, but yeah, that we'll have to look at at a later date. Let's just put the old cap back on again and put this on the floor to one side. So, cowling. We have another nut here, which needs to come off. There we go. That nut comes off there, like so. Oh, that one's got a washer on it. Interesting. Okay. That one's got a washer. And then we have, what have we got? The on and off switch, which looks like it can stay there. And we have one screw here, which I think must have to come off. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know. Let's take it off. Let's try and get it off. Let me get in there. It's very small. Must be like a 10mm or something to that nature. Oh, no, it's even smaller than 10. Even smaller than 10. What could it be? What's that? Oh, okay. 9mm. 9mm. So, oh yeah, I'm thinking everything on here is Imperial, because it would be a bit odd for them to use 9mm and 14mm in the 60s. And I'm assuming this is a British engine, which means most likely it will be Imperial. Let's get this off here. Like so. Either holding something on behind, or it's just tight. Or it is just tight. Again, if anyone's got any suggestions where I might be able to get this plaque from and this plaque from, if anyone's doing, if anyone's making new ones, like new, you know, like replicas or anything, because it's a shame, they're the original plaques, but they've just rusted and corroded a bit. I'm not sure how I can restore them. This is very awkward. What a silly place to put a screw. But again, this is fucking holding something behind. Don't know, we'll find out. Okay, that's that. I think I need to take this off because this this fan shroud, I can't see how I can slide everything off. So not sure if this is the main nut and which way this nut undoes, but let's give it a go and see. No. No. Ah, it undoes counterclockwise. So I didn't want to put too much force on it and break something. That would not be clever. Okay. So does this hold the whole flywheel on, or just? No, it's not the main flywheel nut. Okay. Alright, it's just one nut like this. It's got an interesting bolt. That there's the fan shroud. I'll put that with the pull start over here, and then it just leaves the main nut on the flywheel there. Okay, so this should, oh no, it's being held on by something. Ah, there's another screw here. Yeah, there's another screw by this on and off switch. I'll be surprised if this is holding it on behind the on and off switch, but just in case, I think we should remove it. I think it's a good idea before I break something. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Yeah. That little tiny screw holding on and off switch is also, oh, it's quite long. It's also holding this cowling on as well. Let's put that in there like so. And now let's remove this cowling. Oh, hopefully nothing else is holding on there, but you never know. There we go. Oh, there you go. This is a flap. Okay, so that opens up, and then the fan housing comes off. Okay, there's a plate in here that's fallen off. I'm not sure. I think that was something. It comes with some free spiders as well, but it's. I think that's something that was holding on when I said I've undone something and it fell off. So that's something from internal. Anyway, we'll put the cowling to one side for a minute, and that leaves us with the main engine. So we have the flywheel here. So I think what we want to have a look at, actually, what I'd like to do is try, before I strip it completely, is have a look at the points, just to see why we might not be getting any spark. That's set to on. There's a little spider here running away. Run free, run free, run free. Woo! Off the bench. All right, whatever. So I think the only way, there's no, well, there seems to be no cover to remove. Alright, let's take this off. Okay, that undoes the same way as the other. Oh, okay. Maybe you don't need to open that. Oh, okay. No, you don't need to. Okay. Sorry, my bad. I don't need to loosen the flywheel because this comes off from there and through here. Oh, beautiful. I can see the points. And look at that. The name tag. You can't see it, but let me bring this engine closer. Hang on. Let me bring it. The name tag is still on the coil. Look at that. Oh, that's quite nice. Shame you can't see it. Oh, there's a little screw up here with some markings. Again, I don't know what that is. It's a little black screw. Silver screw. Look, let me bring it up here with some markings. You see? I don't know what that is, or if it's got any relevance to timing. Can't see the points. Can't see the points at all. Where are the points? There's the coil. What is that? No, I can't see the points. So as we've loosened this a little bit, I think I'd be inclined just to take the flywheel off. I can't see the points behind here. Looks like an ignition box, but it can't be. No idea. I'm going to take this off. Nope. Oh. Why can I not take that off? What's stopping it? How's it go on? It's got here saying set points and it's got the gap. where are the fucking points? No idea what that is. Be weird if you could undo that, but whatever's covering that, you can't get at it. Okay. So why can I not take this out? That's what I want to know. How do you undo this? Do I just go for it? Yep, I just go for it. Don't normally like to do that because going for it normally ends up breaking things. But looking at this, God, it does look good. Look, the inside of it is really, really good. And in fact, this is a very interesting arrangement. Look, the nut sits in the middle of the pulley. It doesn't come out. Interesting. So let's put the flywheel there to one side. Oh, now we can have a look and see what's here. So on an off switch cable, which is going to here, here's the little coil, and the HT cable which comes in the back somewhere. Oh, where does it go to? I can't see for a minute. Fine, let's pop the cover off this for a minute, like this, and like this, because I think the points are behind here. Well, they must be behind here. So, do I have to take this screw off? Does that not make sense? Does it come off without that? Oh. Maybe I have to remove. Yeah, I think I have to. No, I think I have to remove this. Okay, it's a sprung loaded screw. Okay, let's put that there. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. We have a washer here that's come from somewhere. We have a piece of foam here which must clean the shaft. Again, look how good it is. No wear at all. No wear by the looks of it. I reckon this goes on the end here, which it looks like it might do. Now we can look at the points. Ah, interesting. Okay. So that's interesting. So the points look like they ride on the flywheel, not on here. Even the little capacitor says Villiers on it. And this screw in there is for adjusting the points. So how on earth do you adjust the... Oh, there you go. Wow. So this little flap here actually opens like so. There you go. And you can see through it. Right, well, while we've got it open, let me just run a file through those points. They don't look worn, they just look a bit corroded actually, to be honest. Probably from sitting there for all those years. Let me just find a file. Here we go. Let's run a file through the points. Let's see if we can't get a spark. It'd be nice to sort of get it running just with a little bit of fuel before I strip it, just so I know if it runs or not. Let's see what we can do here. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Let's give it a little bit more. Okay, that should do something. Yeah. I don't know, we'll see. Let's put these up there for the minute. Okay, that should do something. So let's replace this cover. Now I've completely disrupted the timing. So this cover goes on. Oh, now we're confused. Okay, this cover goes on there like this. No, like this. That goes in there like so. Right, okay. That goes in there. Ah, this other little metal clip has slid backwards. So this goes on like this. That goes over there like this. That goes over there like, hopefully, this. This screw with the spring load looks like, I assume if I'm right, this holds the points in place. So you loosen this to adjust the points, but then how the hell do you get that washer in? Okay. I think maybe, okay. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. It doesn't go through there, no. Okay, so let's pop this off again. Sorry, someone can tell me if there's a better way to do this. But let's pop that in there like this. Pop this on the end because I assume that's where it goes. And then this goes through the hole there, like so, into the point. Good, good, good. This pops on there, and this, if I put it on correctly, this pops on there. Right, lovely. Okay. So, this should have been on. Bollocks. That should have been on behind the screw, but I'm going to leave it off for the moment because I am going to take it off again. And then it looks like to me this. Oh yes, there you go. This is off center. I don't know if you can see. You see, it's off center. So this is what rides on the points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bit of brake cleaner. Actually, I don't need brake cleaner. I'm just going to use some maintenance spray. Yeah, I use a bit of maintenance spray. I'll just spray a bit of maintenance spray on it, and I will just give it a clean. That's where the points are riding on, and it's a little bit gooey. I think it's just old grease on there that has just dried up after all those years. Okay, fine. I'm going to put a little bit of maintenance spray on here, just so the points have got something to run on and not lock up. So let's try and get this on again. It might be easier said than done. Okay. Not sure how you're meant to do this, or if it just, no, you have to screw it on like this. Okay, fine, perfect. So let me just tighten this with the gun quickly. Right, okay, that should be alright. So that's on there. They don't seem to be opening. Let's have a look and see where TDC is. I can't see down the bore on here. No, you can just see the valve. Okay. Alright, let's do it this way. Let's see where we have compression. Oh, there. There, so this is compression. So somewhere here, this should be opening. But where? Is there a mark on here? Is there a timing mark somewhere? Villiers engines. Is there a timing mark? Okay, well, let's put a bit of fuel down. Now it's all back together. So we missed a chunk, the battery died, but I set the point as you saw. And let's put a little bit of fuel that we got in here down it, and let's see what happens. Let's have a look. Let's see what we get. Oh, nearly. No. No, doesn't want to. Let's have a look and see if we've got spark still. Oh, we have big spark. Okay. We have spark. I don't think it's going to. Let's dribble a little bit more fuel down. 1 second, guys, while I get some fuel. On the other end of the garage. Let's have a look. I need to get a squeegee bottle. I think that's going to be a lot easier than trying with this, but let's see how we get on. Okay, we have some fuel. Let's put the fuel back. Right, okay. Let's dribble it down there. Put the plug in. If anyone's thinking right now that he's only hand tightening the spark plug, that's not going to stop it from starting or even springing into life. So let's try. No. Choke on. Yeah. No, nothing. Okay. Alright. Let me just shut the garage door a minute. Okay, I think I'm going to strip it completely to bits. But I think before I do, I'm just going to do a quick compression test on it. I'm interested to see what the compression is from this, because it also could be, it doesn't feel like it's got lots of compression actually, to be very honest. It could be where it sat so long the valves have just got stuck. So let me see, let's see what we have. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's reading 75 psi. I imagine that will probably go up when it runs, but also if I turn it over with the drill, it also might go a little bit faster. So you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to take this back off, this front cover, and I'm going to strip it now completely, I think, because I want to spray the block. I need to clean the carburetor and the exhaust, and again I'd like to inspect it inside, but I just wanted to see if it would fire or show any sort of life, but no, alas, I'm not that lucky, and we have a spark. I mean, the carburetor could be stuck shut, it could be completely blocked. Right, let's take this off. Again, take this off the top, like so. Take this off the top, like so. Actually, I don't need, oh, I do need to take this pulley off. Let's It's very annoying that fan cowling completely. Oh, wrong screwdriver. That fan cowling completely stops you from taking the cover off without taking the pull starter off. But then again, I'm wondering if this pull starter was a add-on extra for this. So you would have just undone the centre nut in the middle, or whether this engine, which is a Mark 12, came with it. Let's take this off again. Put this here until further notice. Let's take this pulley off. Oh. Actually, let me do the compression test now. Again, while we have the pulley off, let's see what we get. Okay, let's reset to 0. Let's have a look and see what we get here. No. Unfortunately, with an impact gun, I don't think it's going to work because it's just tightening the pulley and it's not got enough strength to actually turn it round. But anyway, let's not worry about that. We've got 75 psi with hand cranking it, and I think that's pretty good. So let's just take it off. Let's just take the pulley off. That can sit there. Case can come off. We'll sit there. And now let's take the old flywheel off. Interesting the way this comes off. But anyway, put the flywheel here. And now we're back down to where we were. What I think I'm going to do next is just soak these exhaust nuts with a little bit of penetration fluid and the carburetor nuts as well, because everything looks pretty corroded and I don't want to break anything, which would be a shame because it all seems complete, even the little bowl there, although the governor seems free and that's the throttle, and look, wow, nice and loose now I sprayed it. Right, let's see if we can undo this linkage first here. Oh, there we go. Yes, a little penetration fluid works absolute wonders. And again, this looks like a special screw. Yeah, it is a special screw. Don't know if you can see it, but it's got, yeah, see a flat piece there so you can tighten it, and it's got room for the throttle linkage to move. So I think I'm going to screw this back into this linkage here, just so I don't lose it, because it's one of those ones, at the very end I'm going to be looking for it, and it's not there. So this crapuletta, or carburetor, whatever you want to call it, is, well, should, ooh, not going to get a socket in there either. Let's guess, what size do we think this is? I think it could be 11. No, it's bigger than 11. So it could be 12. It's smaller than 12. This is very annoying. It's Imperial. I don't have Imperial spanners, but that works. There we go. That's coming off. There we go, perfect. And this one here, the same, I will imagine. Yeah, there we go. So this is definitely Imperial. I might have to get myself a set of Imperial spanners. Not that I do much stuff with Imperial, because even the older, even my old engines for my Fiats and stuff I build, they're metric. So this is good old English engineering with weird sizes, but never mind. Such is life. Such is life. Let's take this off. Put that there. Take this off, which is here, and then take this off. Oh, the carburetor's still stuck there. No screws, it's still stuck there. So much gunk over the years, it's just stuck there. It's actually a pretty small engine if you look at it without the casing on. It looks a lot bigger with the casing on. But there we are. And put them in there. Now, yep, there we go. Wiggle her a little bit and one carburetor. Oh, well, that gasket looks absolutely fucked. In no matter of the words, I don't think that's sealing anything. So, put the carburetor here. Oh, look. Wow. And there's still oil. I don't know if you can see that. Look, there's still oil in the air filter. Wow. I wouldn't like to think how many years that's been in there for. But that's going to need a good clean. Now we have the exhaust we need to get off. So let's take that off. Ooh. No, this is going to be a little bit harder, as these screws are well and truly on there and they are imperial, and I can't get a socket on there. Ooh, what do I do is the question. Keep the exhaust on the head and deal with it after. Oh. Or how, what? Let's, no, I'm not sure how one will get that off. Okay. And with the wrong spanner, I'm going to screw the head. Oh shit. Ah, the carburetor, I know what the oil's like. Carburetor's leaking it all over the place. Shit. Okay, hang on a minute. Let's just wipe up the mess that has just been spewed out. And let's lean it up like this. Okay. This I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get it off at all. I also need to loosen that nut there, which again, I'm not quite sure how the hell I'm going to get that off. My suggestion here, once I go and grab another rag, my suggestion would probably be to let it soak overnight, see if I can locate a, I'm wondering whether, but that's probably imperial as well. What's that, 30? What's that, 27? That's 27. Have I got anything in between 27 and 30? No. I don't have anything in between 27 and 30. 30 is too big. Although, no, I'm not even going to chance that, because that looks like it could go very horribly wrong. So no, I'm not chancing that at all. I think I need to try and get this off once it's off. So I think the next thing is to take the head bolts off. In fact, no, let's take, well, this needs to come away as well. Let's take the head bolts off. Although, it looks like this manifold's not even attached to the head, it's attached to the body. It's attached to the actual block. Okay, let's take the head studs off for the moment. And we'll worry about that later once it's stripped down. So, one. Just going to undo them opposite sides just to release the pressure gently, like so, and like so. Right, here we go. So head bolts. Head bolts. Bolts. There. Please feel free, if you're watching this, if you find me incredibly boring, to spin past to the bits that you want to see. Oh look, this one came out with the whole stud. And last but not least, this one. Again, let's save all these washers because they can be cleaned up, or I might sandblast them. Let's see what we feel like. 2 more washers. Last washer is here. Up and the head. Oh no, one more washer here. I just want to take the washers off first so they don't fall over the place. And the head should just come off like that. Wow. Well, I think that's the smallest piston I've ever seen in my life. Fair bit of carbon on there, but it doesn't really look like it's been run that much. In fact, the bore looks brand new. Let me have a look. Yeah, the bore looks brand spanking new. It's dry, it's very dry, the bore. And you can see where the oil has, where the old oil, where it's sat for so many years, it's sort of gone brown on the bore. But other than that, I mean, there's no carbon on that piston. That's just where someone's tried to run it. I think where the bloke tried to run it. Let's have a look. Yeah, look. I mean, look. It just wiped clean. I mean, look. There's nothing on there at all. Look. Look, see? It's nothing. That engine has never been run really at all. Is this head gasket metal? Is there even a head gasket on it? I don't think so. I don't know. Metal gasket there. Is that a head gasket here? Yeah, it is a head gasket. And it's made of something. Wonder if I can reuse that. Again, it looks like new, guys. Is it metal? Or is it paper that feels like metal? Let's have a look. I wasn't going to, but I think I'm going to take the piston out. Just clean the bore up a little bit. Not where it's worn, but where the old oil has become, has dried on the bore. Let me see if I can show you. Hang on, let me get this off. Come on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's copper. Look at that. It's a copper head gasket. I wonder if I can use that again. I wonder. Let me know. Because I can't see why you wouldn't be able to. But I wouldn't like to say either or. But yeah, if I turn the piston down a minute. And I don't know if you can see the bore. It's got all the cross hatching there, but it's got bits of brown on it, which is where the old oil has been on there, and where it's sat since the 1960s when this chap's father bought it. It's just congealed on the side there. I mean, the bore's dry. The bore's very dry. There's no oil there at all. But obviously it's splash lubrication, so until it runs it's not going to get oiled, but I think it's probably better it didn't start. Let's take the timing gear off next. I think that's probably the best, the next best step here. This needs to come off. That needs to come off. Does this come out this way? How does this come off? That's the question. How do we get this off from here? Can I push it through that way? Ah, okay. Yes, I can pull it through that way. So on the back of the on and off switch there's a little tiny screw. It's always good. Let's undo that. I think this on and off switch just shorts the coil to ground and obviously stops the engine. Like, whoopsie, that wasn't what I wanted. Can't see it doing anything else. Looks like, oh yeah, it's just a contact, that's all it is. In fact, the contact's so corroded now looking at it, you probably won't be able to stop the engine. Just short the spark plug. But I don't know if you can get these anymore, so I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to clean the switch up and make it like new. Let's just put the screw back in again so we don't lose it because it's pretty small. On off switch can go there. Spark plug lead, I imagine it just, yeah, it's the old NGK and it must just screw like this, and yeah, I was right. So the little rubber grommet can come off like this. That can keep on the end of this, because I don't know if this is would this have come with this originally? Is that original? It looks pretty original. And now let's take the coil off. Let's coil the timing gear off from the engine completely. One and two. One, two. I'm going to place these screws back in those holes because I think they're just going to be too many screws otherwise, and I'm going to get confused. So we take this all as a whole. I mean, this looks very good. I'm going to show you to the camera in a minute. Let's just get this off first. I mean, apart from the gunk, it looks very good. Alright, the whole rubber came out fine. Okay. But look, I mean, this assembly looks really great. Really clean. I mean, considering it's been sitting since the 60s, it's quite nice. So we'll put that back here. So I'm going to put these two screws back in the crank here. Right, I think the next thing to do would be to drain the oil out of here and take the sump off. Now I can't see there being that much oil in there. Must hold like 0.2 or 0.3 of a litre. Let's see. Oh, and that's loose. So let's drain the oil out of here. There we go. Out comes the oil. Doesn't look very clean, but it's not terrible. Well, I think it's been run. I think the chap said, you know, it'd never been run. It's been run, but I mean, it is very clean inside. I mean, literally he said, I think he said when he tried it, he couldn't get it to rev, but that was like 15 years ago, and it's been sitting in a shed, so. Right, that's all the oil out. Let's put the cap back in again, like this, so it doesn't leak all over the floor. Remember, dispose of your oil in the correct manner, which is what I do. Okay, let's wipe that. Let's wipe the floor. Yeah, I mean, I just wipe the valves and they come up clean. So yeah, not bad. Right, let's remove the sump. How is it attached? Four bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's have a look. Looks like 13, which actually it is. 1, 2, 3, Oh. 3. 3. 3 is where? Oh, it's here still. Okay, my bad. And 4. So the engine should be free from the sump. Let's just give it a tap. I'm trying not to get oil everywhere, which is why I'm doing it like this, because I don't want to get oil everywhere. So if I can, yeah, there we go. Perfect. And inside here we have one engine with a few spiders living there, but they're not living there anymore. And if you can see, let's zoom it in a little bit. There we go. Little piston. Wow, look at the metal weights, and look, the governor's metal. Look at this, look at the governor. Wow, what a nice mechanism that is. What a tiny crankshaft and piston. In fact, it looks very clean, I must say. It looks very, very clean. So I'm going to pop the piston out of the board just for the fact that I want to clean it. I want it to be nice and clean. Now let me see if there's any markings on this com rod to where it should line up. And no, there's no markings on the com rod. So, as there are no markings on the com rod at all, I think I would be inclined to just put a centre punch on one side so I can mark where everything goes. Okay, cool. Right, okay, I'm gonna put a centre punch mark there, just so when I put it in I can put the cap on. Right, so my camera keeps cutting off for some reason, but oops, I just dropped the thing. But anyway, got the piston out, and you know what's really lovely? It has its own bearings. It's got its own separate bearings. Look, see? So it actually got bearing shells. It doesn't actually run on the aluminium at all, which is really nice. And if you look at this piston, look how it came out. It's like new, honestly. And the rings are free. The rings are, look, it's like new. It is literally like brand new. And I did find out this is marked. If you have a look here, see, it's marked. And I would have seen that because obviously the way the bearing shells go together, the way they line up, if you can see there. But it's always better to mark it yourself because you never know till you get it out unless you can find something. But honestly, that's really lovely. I'm really happy with that. It's a nice piston in beautiful condition. I'll sit that there. What's the next bit? We need to get this pulley off here, but I think that's going to be quite a tough job as it looks well and truly rusted on. I'm going to leave that soaking overnight, I think. That's the dipstick, that can stay there. And we have this engine chest arrangement here, which is where the crank comes out from. But I can't actually see how the camshaft comes out. Oh, I think it's got a pin. I think it's got a pin that goes through the middle. I have a feeling, or it's got something that goes through the middle of it. I'll find out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But before I take this off, I think I'm going to try it. Now there's nothing protruding out the bottom. Oh, we've got the lovely little governor here. Wow, that's a beautiful piece of engineering. What I'm going to try and do is get this pulley off first. Oh yeah, this is the cam that it's riding like this on. But that cam, honestly, That cam looks like brand new. This has no wear marks on it whatsoever. It is brand new. So let's wipe this. I'm going to try and get this pulley off. I don't know how it's on there. There seems to be some sort of keyway here. I also don't know whether that's just holding it on or whether it needs to be hit. No, I don't know. I can't see how that would come off. If anyone's got any idea, look. It's just got that, which is weird because I can't imagine that would hold a spinning shaft on. But what I will do before I finish for today is just soak that in a bit of contact lubricant, so whatever is meant to come off will come off. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. I need to leave that to soak so I can get the rest of the bits and pieces out. But it's quite nice to see that all the gears in here are metal. Even the governor, that's metal. Little brass weights, which are very, very sweet. It's a very nice. Don't know if you can see that. It's a very nice governor. It's not the plastic shit you get in the Briggs and Stratton stuff now, is it? But there we are. Well, they didn't build things like that in those days. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up now. And I'll come back to it in the morning and see where we get. I need to really try and get this off. Alright guys, I'll speak to you later.